Hey guys, and welcome to this little bonus episode of Genuine Unintelligence. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Our recording software, it's my bad, but for some reason my internet dropped, and I did not realize when I came back it was not recording. So you guys ended the show with Chuck and Matt, and there's probably some weird pauses in between there, but it's because I did not realize that we had stopped recording. So I'll just go ahead and kind of tell you guys what thought I was telling you guys the whole time. So as far as collections go. I collect a lot of movie posters and artwork, and I have them scattered. I say scattered, but I mean they're all nicely hung up all throughout my place. Anime, I have a lot of Japanese artwork. Movie posters, I have some of the original ones, big ones, tapestries. Pretty much got everything to do with that. I've got all kinds of figures. I started to do it in collections and shows. So I try to complete a collection before I move on, or I feel like I have too much on my plate. It's kind of an OCD type thing. But I have One Piece, I have Dragon Ball, I have Naruto, I have My Hero, I've got older comic book characters. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've gotten from Loot Crate over the years when I was still a member. I have Power Rangers. I have Ninja Turtles. So those are my main collectibles, other than the one odds and ends. So I try to get as much as I can in those, and just kind of move on to the next greatest thing. I think like the comic book characters, like X-Men, Marvel, DC, stuff like that, would be my next possible go-to, and then actual comic books themselves. I do have a few that I keep, and I've got some signed ones, especially Ninja Turtles, but I think I could definitely do better. I do also collect a ton of video game consoles. I'm a huge video game guy, obviously, so I'm a collector of retro as well. There's something to be said about the idea of just turning the system on, putting the game in, and being able to play. No updates, no downloads, no patches, none of that. It's just a simple put the disc in. What you had back then is what you got. So if it was broken, it was broken. There's nothing going on to fix that. So I've got original Xbox and Xbox One, or I'm sorry, original Xbox, Xbox 360. I just got rid of my Xbox One to Cameron because I don't need it anymore, and pretty much literally everything's Xbox or backwards compatible now. Series X, a PS2 that plays PS1, a PS3, PS5, a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, GameCube, Wii, Switch, Sega Dreamcast. I don't have a 64. I have 64 games. Matt, that's on the podcast, has one, so we always use his, but I'm thinking about getting one to complete the collection for Nintendo. And then I don't have a Sega CD or a Sega Saturn. So I follow a guy, this is a free plug here, I think his name's Metal Jesus Rock, something like that, on YouTube, and he's a big retro collector, and seeing him come with these collections and these oddball games for even Atari, which I don't have, or Sega CD and Sega Saturn, I feel like I definitely need to get one to complete the collection, but I do collect a ton of those. I collect sounds weird, but I'm a movie collector as well, and TV shows. So I would say I have right around at least 1,000 digital titles. I know that's crazy. And then I also have DVDs. I have things that go out of print that you can't find. Like I have Tales from the Crypt, the series on DVD. I know that there's some issue over the rights, so they can't do any remakes or anything like that, or put it on streaming, from my understanding. So I got that. I've got Supernatural, Spartacus, The Office. I want to get the entire X-Files series on DVD and haven't got that done yet. That's because it's one of my favorite shows of all time. So I want to do that. But yeah, I collect that as well. So I have a lot of that. I use, Voodoo, Apple, Google, all that stuff for my digital collection. I always hit up the sales. There's all these kinds of sales, that come up for whatever weekends, holidays, and I always go through those, pick out some of the movies they don't have, and I collect them. So I definitely am avid about that collection. My comic book collection, I do want to continue with. I just haven't had the chance. I know what would happen, as I feel like, and the problem is the ones at the beginning are usually the most expensive. But if I just buy random ones, my brain is going to overload. I would have to have it on like my computer to tell me what editions I have for what, or I would get excited and probably end up buying duplicates on accident. I mean, I'm a pretty consider myself to be pretty on top of stuff and organized, but that's a little bit overkill. So that would be kind of hard to pull off, to be honest. As far as like, I also have like King of Queens, Married with Children. I have all that stuff on like series DVD as well. A lot of that goes up to where I grew up. Didn't really have good internet. Even when we did high speed, we were getting like 3 meg at best. So even when later on, when there was some sort of streaming services, it didn't really work very good. So I got them on DVDs, like on Reno and stuff, because it's easier. It's how I used to do stuff. If you wanted the TV series, you could just buy it and then watch it, on DVD. So that way you didn't have to mess with all the other stuff. Just a simpler time, I guess, when it comes to things like that. But yeah, I mean, I also collect anything to do with wrestling. Like I have a Macho Man lunchbox, which I'm looking at right now. I know there's tons of stuff I'm forgetting, and it's sad because I literally just did this, but apparently it stopped recording. So you guys are going to hear Matt and Chuck talking to me, but you won't hear me, sad face. So I wanted to apologize. I hope this never happens again. I'm sorry we're having so much technical issues here as of late. Um, we're I try to be as professional as I can, but we're just having a lot of fun here, and I hope you guys are too. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. When I see I have a problem with posters, I don't think it's a problem, but I have them in my bedroom. My bathroom's covered in posters, so some people find that tacky or whatever. I keep them clean. They're hung up. They're pinned up. They're nice. They're not torn, destroyed. None of that stuff. I mean, these are nice things. That some people think it's weird or whatever, and that's fine. To each their own. But I do have pretty much almost like every square inch of my place covered in posters and tapestries and everything, and I feel like it gives a character. I often catch myself when working or anything else just kind of spinning around looking at the stuff I have and fond memories and everything else. So I think that's a good, just an interesting tidbit that a lot of people just don't. I know people collect stuff, but I figure that's probably the most odd of the bunch as far as, collecting goes. I feel like I mentioned something else I collected. I honestly can't remember what it was. I do like collecting like coffee mugs, any little knickknack stuff like that. I have a Dragon Ball coffee mug, a Halo coffee mug. I guess the other collection I make is tattoos. I'm getting a pretty nice collection of those, and I've got some more on the way. So I am also kind of, I guess some people would consider it hoarder. I don't really think so, but I stock up on things because I feel like you never really know. I'm confident. I know how to do my job, and I do it well. I'll leave out what I actually do, but I buy things typically in bulk, or I try to plan ahead. Because, you can always come across rough times. I mean, technically, anybody could really lose their job. You never really know. So I have I stock up on, like, soap, dryer sheets, food, toilet paper, paper towels, all that stuff. And I keep that. It's nicely neat and put away, but I've always got a adding collection going to that, so I do keep that kind of stuff too. It's a nice feeling. It's nice to know that even if things go wrong, you've always got something there. So I do collect that too. I've probably got 1,000 HDMI cables somewhere. Every time you buy a new device, you get this new stuff, and sometimes people throw it away. I'll just put it away nice and neatly with all the other stuff, and just kind of keep it there. One thing I do try to collect, I wish I had more of, but they're always end up being expensive, is shoes. I have a thing for basketball shoes. I don't even really wear them that much anymore because I'm hitting that stage in life and I realize that comfort is the most important thing. Basketball shoes generally are not comfortable, so I collect them because they're cool looking. I wear them every now and then, but realistically, don't really wear them a lot. I also am a vinyl collector as well. I do have my record player and have had for a while. So I do try to go to like flea markets and stuff and find. I still have a CD collection, even though I use Spotify all the time. Hopefully you guys too listen to us. So, but it's a good collection. You guys should. I also apologize I couldn't end the show because it would not let me start recording. So it said that I had been stopped, blah blah blah. But so I had to talk Chuck into closing the show. But we appreciate you guys listening. Please like, subscribe, and share. Good news update: the Facebook fiasco is over with. The page is back up, so please like and share it as well. Genuine Unintelligence on Facebook. It's just Genuine Unintel on Twitter because of the character limit. You can reach us at genuineunintelligence@gmail.com. I will get back to you. Please let us know any feedback, any questions. Let us know if any topics you want to talk by. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. You get that way. If you follow us, you get notified of every new episode that comes out. We'll try to keep you in the loop as much as we can. And again, I'm sorry for all the issues with the recording, and hopefully it's not super awkward of the episode since it's missing my audio. I'm a chatterbug sometimes, so you probably missed a good portion of that. So I apologize. I promise we won't keep having these issues. I do everything I can and take this stuff, lightly, but I try to do it seriously because anybody who listens to our show at least deserves me to do my best to make sure things work right. So I do apologize for that. We do appreciate it. I will get this episode uploaded as well. I just wanted to thank you and kind of explain and also share the good news. And I hope I'm recording this again on a Sunday evening, so I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you have a great upcoming week. I'm not sure when I'll be on again because it is the holidays, but we'll be back soon. Maybe share some Christmas stories and different things. But we appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do, and have a great day.